Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. Uh, we were chatting about this today on the VTF. Also, something that's I think a lot of people are kind of curious about because we've gotten hit pretty hard over the last 2 weeks, and a lot of people are starting to wonder, like, what to go after when the selling stops and it looks like we're about to bounce, right? Because a lot of stocks, I mean, like tech and financials and energy and all sorts of things have kind of gotten hit at the same time. And when we finally do stabilize, it's like, okay, like what are the names to really focus on? Well, I can tell you where I'm looking. It's going to be the stocks or the companies that had really quality earnings, okay? And I'm not saying it's the stocks that went up the most after earnings. I'm saying it's the stocks that had the quality earnings, okay? Because this was definitely a quarter where you have to differentiate because there was a lot of buying bad news, right? A lot of stocks that had either missed for the quarter or guidance was bad, and the stocks had big bounces, right? Those are the names that I am probably not going to be going after. So stuff like Shopify, right? Even though it had a great reaction to earnings, um, to me, it's still kind of like a tough one because it's going to be hard to sustain rallies when the numbers are still coming in so bad, right? Or like say for instance like a Carvana had a huge move on earnings, but a lot of that was because it was heavily shorted and it was a squeeze candidate. So this is probably not something that I'm going to be focused on when the selling finally stops to go after, right? So there were plenty of names that went up a lot after earnings or on earnings, but it's more about focusing on the ones that actually had like quality reports, right? So team, really nice quarter. Stock ripped after earnings, continue to go up, and now it's pulling back, right? Palo Alto just last week, really nice quarter, popped on earnings, and now it's starting to pull back within like the mega caps. So everybody's like wondering within like the tech titans, which ones do you want to go after? Well, I'd say like Tesla, nice quarter, right? Starting to pull back. Microsoft had a really solid quarter. That one's really rolled over pretty sharply. And then I'd say also Amazon had a really nice, solid, solid quarter, solid guide. Big stock reaction. Now it's starting to pull back, right? So compare that to like Nvidia, which also rallied after earnings, but the numbers really were not very good, right? So like that would probably be something that I would probably avoid on the initial bounce, or even like a Meta, right, which ended up bouncing after earnings too, but another name just with really unimpressive results, right? So it's separating like the stocks that had good earnings and had strong rallies after earnings versus the stocks that had poor earnings or missed, disappointing earnings and rallied because the market momentum was so strong, right? So the ones that had strong earnings, strong action, those are going to be the ones I want to focus on. And the names like outside of that, right? I might keep an eye on them, but they're probably not going to be my focus right away when the tide finally starts to turn higher again. Okay. Um, so I wanted to like walk through it because I mean it's something I feel like a lot of people are curious about right now, especially after like today being the third down day in a row from last week. We might be getting close to a balance, and if you're looking at different stocks, I mean this is kind of like my thought process. Okay. If you like this video and you're looking for more information about swing trading with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options and play. Have a great night, stay well, and we'll talk to you